Ooh, crazy morning. Woke up late, didn't have breakfast, had pre-workout, went to the gym. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild for me. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I had pre-workout without having food in my stomach. And as much as I like the feeling, I don't think I want to do this again. This is just a little crazy because I haven't ate anything and I am wired, but my stomach is like killing me. And it's not even like a crazy pre-workout. It's just 200 mil. I feel like that's like on the low end too. It's this one, and it's just 200 mils of caffeine and I don't know, 6 grams of citrulline malate. It doesn't really have any. I think it's niacin, and that's the tingly stuff, right? It doesn't really have any of that, so the tingly feeling is very limited. But damn, this is yeah. I definitely need to eat before I do this. This is a one-off. I don't want to do this again. I mean, I ate. What was I ate at like 10:30 ish last night. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's been about 18 hours, like fasted. And I forgot, on top of that, it was leg day. So that took an extra bit out of me. Don't recommend it. It's not, I don't recommend it just because I felt like so weak, and leg days are heavier than an arm day or a chest day. And if you don't have food in your system, I think that really takes a toll, and it definitely showed. I was tired about halfway through. It was probably also because I had already been running around and I still hadn't had food, but that pre-workout definitely saved me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get through probably half of my workout, as I definitely got tired halfway through. So we're back. It's 4:02 and gonna be the first meal. But this is kind of just like, I just wanted to tell you guys that because this is kind of like me, day to day, like a regular guy. Just I have work, shit came up, but I'm still making the best of it, and I'm gonna get my macros in, right? So even though I didn't get my first meal in, instead of having 3 meals, I don't really have time to eat. I mean, I do, but I'd rather just have one big meal now, let that digest, let that process, and then have the bigger meal later. Um, I mean, it's 4 o'clock, so I this is gonna be a pretty big meal, so I'm not gonna be hungry probably until 10, which is fine because that'll just let me 10. I probably won't go to bed until midnight. Just I just feel like when I have good recovery, like today, I can go to bed a little later and it doesn't really affect me. I have 95% recovery with almost 7 hours of sleep, which is pretty. It's pretty crazy how this thing works because I got almost 7 hours of sleep with 4 hours of restorative sleep, and that put me at the 95% recovery. And yesterday I had 6 hours and 54 minutes, which is 1 minute less than today. I had 6 hours and 54 minutes of sleep, and I had 45% recovery. So it's just tricky trying to figure out what, you know, there's so many variables, and you can't really pinpoint it unless you're like really trying to, you're writing down everything you do, everything you eat. The only thing that I really track is my food. Other than that, I don't really track like the activity level. I mean, I did have a solid workout the day before yesterday, but I think I think stress overall, just daily work stress and whatnot, that added to the sleep deficiency or the shitty sleep that I had and shitty recovery. But that's neither here or there. I had good recovery, so uh, I'm gonna have a meal now. I put the rice in. So today's macros, it's so I'm still gonna have about 1,500 calories. 1,553 is a total on here. So because I skipped breakfast, I'm only having lunch and dinner, right? Second and third meal of the day. Uh, I'm gonna have 10 ounces of steak, 80 grams of cheese, and 120 grams of rice for this first meal. And for later, I know I had mentioned to you guys that I try to include berries in there, right? It's like just normal or like wet carbs, not dry carbs. So instead of rice later, I'm gonna have 100 grams of that triple berry frozen thing that I have in the fridge or in the freezer, 80 grams of cheese, and 9.5 ounces of steak, which puts me at 149 grams of protein, 110 grams of carbs, and 55.8 grams of fat. I'm going over my fat by zero point 0.8. Not a big deal. Stressful day today. I'm going over carbs by 5 grams, but this is green. I could probably adjust that later with how many berries, like how much of the frozen berries I have. And I'm going over 2 grams on my protein, but I don't think that's a huge problem. My weight has been fluctuating, so I'll just leave it to that. Also, I don't know if I told you guys yesterday, but I weighed in at 148. I didn't weigh in today. I don't want to weigh in every day because your weight fluctuates. So I don't want to be like, oh, I was 148 today and then 150, the next day, and then 149 the next day, and then back to 151, and then it's just like bouncing around. So I'm waiting to give it the week. I've got, when did I say? I think we're Wednesday. Yeah, I think I'll probably have to check in with you guys again on, I think, Monday or Tuesday, just because that would be about a week from when I said that I was going to try the new program of what I had said. Uh, I forgot what I had mentioned, but I know I was trying something different, and I'll check the weight back in on Monday. But yeah, this today was a little wild, but I feel good. Um, I feel like a lot of people have been asking, oh, like, you've lost so much weight. Do you feel any different? And to be honest, yeah, I do. I feel a lot better now that I'm 40 pounds lighter, but I don't think I want to be this thin, for much longer. Like, it's cool and I'm ripped and or almost getting ripped, but I don't, I don't know. I definitely want to get bigger. So, you know, don't get used to 148-pound Blake because the 170, 180 is coming back. But hopefully more muscular, obviously. But that's the plan. I'm going to keep going. I feel great. My joints are not hurting. I can tie my shoes without being out of breath. I can walk up the flight of stairs without panting and sounding like you know. Uh, but I think we're good. That's the meal for today. That's the macros. My rice is still being cooked. I've got the steak here. I'm gonna try the. I gotta heat this up, but I won't heat it up until after the rice is done. But this is the spicy seasoning that I showed you guys yesterday. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I want to just switch it up, and I don't have enough of the other seasoned steak to fill my macros for at least this meal, and I'm trying to eat as soon as possible. So, which is exactly what this was. This was like in case I don't have enough of the other one. I think I have probably about 6 ounces. So I'd rather just get all 10 ounces for the one flavor and then just call it, at least satiate the hunger. And if needed, I can cook the other steak, get that one ready, because I have another steak in there that I haven't cooked yet. But get that one ready, and then I can just combine this one and that one, the other two steaks that are actually ready now. I can combine those for dinner. But because I'm hungry now, I'm waiting for this rice to cook. So I have anything to show you guys, but I might show you guys once it's all ready. That way, you guys can see what I'm eating. And yeah, I think the only thing that's in my stomach is that pre-workout and about 2 liters of water. So, I feel fine, but I'm definitely buzzing. I don't know if this is a good or bad feeling, but I definitely have to eat. Gotta get some food in my system. But I'll see you guys shortly. As promised, here is first meal of the day out of two, one of two. We've got I think 10 ounces of steak, 120 grams of rice, and I'm trying to have you guys see it because it blurs out, and the cheese. I want to spill cheese, 80, 80 grams. I think 81, 80 grams, cheese, steak, and rice. This is what it looks like. This will be my meal. And I don't see myself being too hungry after this. I think we'll be good up until, I mean, it's 5 now. It took a while. Had to do a couple things in the meantime. But it's 5 o'clock. I don't really see myself being hungry until 10, really. And that is okay because I don't see myself going to sleep very early tonight. I mean, maybe. I mean, I did run around a lot today, but so far I'm at 1,500 calories burned. I'm not sure how many steps, I'll tell you. With 12,000 steps. So, yeah. And it's 5 o'clock. So, definitely did some damage this morning, or I guess it's end of day now, end of business day. But we're doing good. And I think that's it for now. Just trying to stay on this. It was really tough because at the gym that I went to, because I don't go to the same gym every day. I like to bounce around just to get a different scenery. But I was already at that other gym that I went to, and they have like all these like snacks and like coffee. I mean, they're like healthy snacks, right? And then the coffee is like the high protein coffee. But I looked at it and I was like, oh man, I'm so hungry. Like I could just eat this, but I was like, nope. We got to stay focused. We got to stay on it. I almost caved, but I didn't. I didn't have anything. Like I said, first meal, no candy, no. I don't even think I had gum. I usually have gum. I'll chew on gum whenever I'm like hungry. Like if I'm at work, we've got like a bunch of like snacks and stuff at work, and I will want to snack either, give me some chips. Chips are my shit. I fuck some chips up. Give me some chocolate, some dark chocolate. I'll fuck some Rolloids. I recently discovered Rolloids, Rolloids, but I'll fuck like a whole bag up, you know. So luckily we ran out. There was only two left. I had one, and my coworker had the other one. But those are delicious, and I'm not even like a big candy guy. I've never been into sweets. I don't have a sweet tooth, but with this deficit, dude, anything goes. So I'm just like, get these fucking things off of me. So I'll have gum. I'll have like 8 pieces of gum while I'm waiting to leave or get my food. And I know like the gum is still, sub 5 calories, but it keeps my mouth busy, right? And the mint, I think there's something about the mint that doesn't make you hungry, like a hunger suppressant or something, right? I think kind of how like nicotine also has hunger suppressant, and caffeine is also, I think, a hunger suppressant. I think something about the mint, it just like kind of shuts that off. And I'm like, because I think it's the flavor. So if you have the flavor of mint and then you try to think of like, oh my God, like some McDonald's will sound good, or some chicken nuggets or whatever, it's like, okay. And then you start picturing what that would taste like, but you have the flavor of mint in your mouth, I think that might be the turnoff. But it's a good trick. I like to use it all the time. I'll have eight, pieces of gum if that's gonna stop me from consuming, 400 calories of candy in, 10 seconds, which I can do. Uh, and this is me being a non-sweet tooth kind of guy. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'll take the. I don't know how many calories can you actually get from, pieces of gum that are sub five. I don't know. I can't imagine I'm getting more than 10, 15 calories. Whoa, whoa. My TV just turned on. Scary. But all right, well, this is the meal. I will see you guys for the meal in a few hours. She's still going. But this is it. I'll see you guys later. Right on time. 10 o'clock, 10:03. Second final meal. And it's looking pretty delicious because I'm not super hungry, but I am gonna be up for a little while longer, but I'm not gonna be able to eat. So I figured I would just get this out of the way, and that way I don't have to worry about eating later. Um, so this is, what is this? 9.5 ounces of steak. We've got 80 grams of cheese and 100 grams of that triple berry. There you go. I don't know what the hell it is. I just know it's like a triple berry mix that you could get at Sprouts. So that's 100 grams, totaling me out for 1,553 calories, 149 grams of protein, 110 grams of carbs, and 55.8 grams of fat, which is not terrible. I'm over 2 grams. For my suggested, I'm over 2 grams of protein, and I'm over 5 grams of carbs. But yeah, I still don't know why this is marked red and green. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm tracking everything, and I have a feeling today I'm going to burn probably like 2,500 calories. I'll have to let you guys know tomorrow for breakfast how much I actually end up. Actually, I can't even tell you guys tomorrow morning because I have work tomorrow, and I will not be recording this for my first meal. But maybe I'll take a picture of my first meal, and then we can talk about it during my second meal. But I mean, it's just tracking really. The easiest way to track. I got this bad boy. Scale. It's glass. It's not bad. I got it for, I think, like $30 at Target. I wanted to get one of their nicer ones just because I didn't want to be dealing with like the. I just wanted the black one, the black glass. The other ones were like silver, and they kind of looked. Didn't love the other ones. This one was probably like the nicest one that I found. It's like a clean look, but you can turn this bad boy on. You've got your grams there. You've got, what the hell? Come on. Of course it's not gonna. Of course it's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, you got your grams, your fluid ounces, your milliliters, and your pounds by ounce. So I don't really use those. I just use the ounce and the grams because that's the easiest way for the ounces, because the steak is usually heavier. It would be like 300 grams of steak or something. So it's just easier to weigh the steak in ounces and weigh all of like the other smaller things like the cheese and the berries and the rice with grams, because those are, I usually am dealing with like the smaller numbers. no more than 100. I mean, I think yesterday was probably like the biggest amount of rice, and it was 120 grams. Was that yesterday or today? I forget. No, that was today. 120 grams. I mean, that's probably the most I've cooked on this thing. I don't think I've cooked anything more than that. So, and yeah, I mean, it's just easier. I was gonna say, and that's what the bag for the rice. Um, I'll just show you guys. Yeah. So this says serving size is a quarter cup, dry, 45 grams. So I'm like, okay, well, and I mean, that's the beauty of the app that I use, because this guy, I just scan it, I just scan the barcode, and it gives me all of these macros in the app. So I'm like, okay, well, that does that, and then the steak, I could just scan the steak, and it gives me the macros for that. So boom, that's two, and then the cheese and the berries, it's the same thing. I just scan and scan, and then it gives me the exact macros. Thank God to the very kind soul out there that did the hard work for me, because now all I have to do is scan it. They had to like go in and look at the details and type everything in and weigh it out. Me, I just scan it, and then I put how much I put in the app how much I weighed on the scale, and call it a day. But the scale is very important. I feel like, I mean, I know I use that thing every day, other than the meals that I can't really weigh, like when I'm, out for a dinner, or if I'm eating at work and it's whatever occasion, and we get something that is not, you know, that I can't look at the macros for. But usually I'll try and order out of, I think, the top four places that I try to order if I have to eat fast food, like when I'm going to start traveling. If I have to eat fast food, I'll do Panda. I'll do In-N-Out is okay, but it's a little on the high side for the calories. So it kind of sets my calories off. It's like got a lot of calories and too many fats for my liking. So, but it's fucking delicious. So that's usually like my cheat meal, just a regular cheeseburger, nothing fancy, not the protein style, not a double cheeseburger, not an animal style cheeseburger, just a regular cheeseburger, and that is usually pretty evened out. It's when you start to get to the other stuff that gets a little crazy. But Panda, Chick-fil-A, um, Pollo Loco, Panda, Pollo Loco, Chipotle. I used to fuck with Chipotle, but they started pissing me off with those portions and how fucking petty they are. So I just I'd rather just not deal with that nonsense where it's like, hey, can you give me a little bit more? Nah, man, just you don't want to do it. All right, fine. I'm just gonna go to somewhere who will fucking give me the portions that I'm paying for. So Chick-fil-A is pretty nice. It's pretty good about that, because it's like set, right? It's like you get, I think it's like the 12 nuggets. It's about 30 grams of protein, low fat. I think there's like no fat. I'm pretty sure it's got like super low carbs. So I'll get like 12-piece grilled nuggets, not the fried nuggets, because the fried nuggets, that's where they get you. It like almost doubles in calories. But I'll get the grilled nuggets and some waffle fries with a diet lemonade. If I'm feeling kind of saucy, I'll do the 30 count with fries and maybe a regular lemonade. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, that's what I get there. At Panda, I would get the plate, double chicken teriyaki, and double rice. Or rice, veggies, and a double chicken teriyaki. Boom. Don't ask me what the macros are for that, because I have no idea. I log it in the app, and it just does it for me. So that Pollo Loco, I'll usually get. What do they have there? I mean, obviously you can get the chicken, but I think the double chicken avocado salad, that was pretty fire. So that has your protein, that has your carbs, and if I don't foresee myself eating for a while, I'll throw in a little mac and cheese. And that is mostly for the flavor, obviously, but mostly for the fats because that's got a lot of cheese in it. So it's got good fats that, my taste buds like. But other than that, yeah, I think those are the top three: Chick-fil-A, Panda, and Pollo Loco. I mean, nowadays I feel like most fast food places are macro friendly in terms of not macro friendly where it's like, oh yeah, we'll fit your macros, but where they'll show you how much like protein, how many carbs, how many fats are inside of each one, how many calories. So it's a little easier to track, but I don't do it just because it's usually like something ridiculous. It'll be like 300 calories for like 15 grams of protein and like 100 grams of carbs and 50 grams of fat, and that's just ridiculous, right? That's blow my whole load on a fucking Crunchwrap Supreme. That's my shit, Crunchwrap Supreme. But I'm gonna blow all my calories eating a Crunchwrap Supreme and a Baja Blast. Can't do that. Maybe when I start bulking, but we'll see. We'll see in, what are we in? April, May, June, July, August, September. So I don't plan to start bulking until the end of summer. So we can just call that September, and that's about 5 months away. So, which is what I had told you guys before. I'm just going to try and stick this out, stick to this deficit all through summer, see how far I get. My goal is to get to 10%, but there's not much else I can really do at this point. I've already cut the calories. I'm playing with the macros, see if I can shift them around and how low I can get on fats, how low I can get on carbs, and obviously the protein. I try and keep it to the 1 pound per gram of protein. So I try to keep it there. I don't want to really mess with that. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else to like play with. Maybe I'll start eating some, what was it? Some white meat. So like fish, like salmon, tuna. But that'll be like last resort. That I'll probably do that towards like the very end just to get like that very last like that last umph, the last push to see how low in body fat I can get. Unless I'm already 10%, then I won't do that. But definitely track your macros. Definitely buy a scale. Very recommended. Um, I mean, I think the two most important things is the scale and the macro tracker. Once you guys have that, just play with it. You don't even have to set like a exact number. I mean, you could just look it up, right? I mean, everybody that I've seen or everything that I've read, it says 1 gram of protein per pound. One or yeah, 1 gram of protein per pound, half a gram of fat per your body weight. So it'd be like, I think it's like your body weight divided in half. Don't quote me. Just look it up. It's like zero point 0.5 times your body weight. Yeah. Point it can be zero point 0.3 up to zero point 0.5 for your body weight, and then that's your fats, and then the rest of your calories can go into your carbs. So look it up. Don't listen to me. I'm just I just work here, you know? Don't listen to me. Do your own research. But that's how I'm tracking my stuff, and it's worked for me so far. And this is day 307 of calorie deficit. So it's been working so far. I've been getting not ripped, but definitely shedding a lot of fat pounds and, maintaining muscle. So if it works for me, I'm sure it can work for you. Try it out. Let me know what you end up doing. Maybe that didn't work for you. Maybe you want to do something else. Let me know. I'm open to, hearing the different, I don't know, trends or like different ways that people want to play with their macros and their calorie tracking. But that's it for tonight. Crazy day. It's gonna be probably even crazier these next couple days because I probably won't be home, but we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll try and get some pictures up, kind of like how I did for, I think it was yesterday, for yesterday's video. How yesterday? Yeah, yesterday's video, how I had that bowl, and then show you guys what I had. That is my laundry timer. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and track your macros.